hear yourself good?
I can hear myself good because we about to get dirty in this episode.
Ew. How dirty though?
It's gonna be dirty.
Would it be something that upsets some people?
It might excite some people.
Do you think we've upset people yet?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, we this is gonna be our 40. Well, technically, it was our 47th episode.
Yeah.
But we got a copyright strike from some guy, Latter-day Saints or something.
Yeah.
Let's just hope we don't have a hater right there. That's just starting a copyright.
We ain't saying anything about Saints or whatever.
We've talked so much, and I think I want to pride us on being honest and candid about things. And I think that honesty is going to be a revolving question I have today in this episode.
Honesty is going to be, I don't know what a revolving question means.
We're going to constantly ask is that honest? Do we believe that person?
Do we believe that person?
You know what I mean? Because that's what we try to do here. I think on my side, I can't speak for you, but I can be a good judge of character, I think, right? And say that we're pretty much honest. You know, we're pretty much, and I think I could be the same way. This microphone in the studio maybe makes me a little more like on purpose entertaining because I know it's a show and we got to entertain people, but it's rooted in absolute truth.
Okay.
Like, it's the way I feel. Sometimes I like to counter argue just for, just discussion and being a devil's advocate.
Yeah, for sure.
But honesty has been something that we've stayed consistent with, and if it causes us to piss people off, you gotta live your truth, bro. You gotta be like Lizzo at the Lakers game, bro.
Twerking it.
You got to
twerking it, ass out, twerking it.
If that's how you feel.
I agree with that.
You gotta accept the repercussions for that, though.
People are not gonna like that.
Yeah.
Generally.
Is it? Do we not like that about her because she's being too truthful, or because it's a fat girl in panties underwear?
Well, I love it about her, but
think it's appropriate at a basketball game?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Do you think she was just wearing that because it's her, or she was doing it for attention?
I don't know her enough to really make that decision, but if I were to guess, I'd say you're gonna get a certain type of attention when you wear that. Whether you care about it or not, I think is irrelevant. You know what's going to happen when you, Lizzo, walk around in that outfit. So it was at least known. Whether she cared or not, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. It's done, and there's going to be a reaction. So obviously she didn't care enough not to do it.
There's a gray area of truth there, because she might still be comfortable with it, but the fact that she knows she's going to get attention from it, and she's an entertainer,
something like that, some word like that.
She is playing the game. Mm-hmm. You could find the game in any situation. Okay, learning how to play that game. Mm-hmm. The reason why it's a game is because there's obviously better people and worse people. I think that's what makes anything a so-called game, when we add that analogy.
Okay.
So in this episode, we're going to be talking about pedophiles. Sexual.
Yeah, but what about...
Not just pedophiles, but people that have been charged with sexual misconduct. The first part is going to be about pedophiles, but later, just people with sexual misconduct. And we got to know, if people are living their truth... Mm-hmm. Aside from the fact that they are molesting children, which we obviously know rhetorically that's bad.
Rhetorically, that's bad?
Yeah, because we can't just say it and know that it's not bad. Like, it is bad. We know that.
Okay.
But if they're living their truth...
If they're living their truth as a pedophile...
Is that... Just that part.
Which part? Living their truth?
Living their truth. If they're living their truth, are they... bad people?
Are you equating Lizzo twerking on fucking the Lakers courtside to pedophile molesting kids?
Yes, because again, the molesting the kid part is wrong. We know that. We don't have to say that.
We don't have to say that. No.
But is living their truth bad? If that's who they are.
Yes.
Why? Because see, the reason why I bring the analogy to Lizzo is that arguably, in America, we look at fat people as a negative. I can say that. Why, ladies and gentlemen? Because I'm a fat person. So I know what that's like. The ridicule of being fat. Mm-hmm. The more that I empowered myself as a fat kid growing up, the more confidence I had, the more people stopped looking at me like I was fat. There was even some type of respect because I lived my truth.
Okay.
When I lived my truth as a young adolescent fat kid, it allowed me to build confidence as a fat adult. To continue to live my fatness. Maybe I didn't get enough. Maybe I didn't get ridiculed enough. Maybe I was too witty on my feet. Maybe I had better jokes than the fat jokes that were getting hurled at me. Therefore, I built a better defense mechanism that allowed me to be fat.
Right.
When that happens and you're living your absolute truth, it could be a bad thing. Because health-wise, obviously. But the point is that whether we want to say it or not, whether we like it or not, makes us uncomfortable because she's fat. But she's still living her truth. The reason why we get uncomfortable around pedophiles is because we know that it's wrong for you to be fondling little kids. But inside, as we're going to find out, these certain characters, it's not just 1, 2, 3. There's a large population of these motherfuckers. And they feel like this. And it's their truth. And I often say that us being an evolving culture to the point where maybe 20, 30 years ago we couldn't accept transitional people, to fast forward Caitlyn Jenner, now we accept these things because why? They're living their truth unconditionally. They're living their truth with confidence. So you start to respect it. Plus, have you ever seen a group of trannies beat the shit out of a guy? You've seen that on World Star. That shit's intimidating. It's almost like the prison episode, like getting fucked by a big black dude. That's what I'm talking about here. And I know I'm saying a lot of uncomfortable things right now.
I was backing the trash truck up. There was the dump truck.
Because I'm saying a lot of uncomfortable things, but this is what I'm talking about.
No.
All these people live their truth
you can't
in
equate,
our society.
You can't. No. The living your truth part is fine as long as you're not affecting other people. To the point where you're raping and possibly murdering them and scarring them for life.
So you can make them feel uncomfortable.
If someone's twerking over there and you don't like how it looks, as long as she's not naked, which she wasn't, I don't see the problem. Don't look.
No, it's not about having the problem.
Don't look. If a guy is stealing kids off the street and fucking them, that's not twerking courtside. It doesn't equate. It's him living his truth, but he's doing something completely illegal and immoral, and that's when it's wrong. It's fuck his truth. He's fucking up everybody.
Let's take that part out. What about if he's just acting on it mentally? He hasn't really molested. She hasn't really molested. Like. That's his truth, though. That stimulates him. That makes him feel good.
Yeah, because he's got.
Is there a place on earth?
Huh?
Is there a place on earth for him? For her?
I'm not saying kill him. I never said anything like that. But don't act on it. And follow the rules.
For sure.
Stay away from this. Don't do that. Don't take pictures here. Don't be on no websites. None of that shit.
You know what think some websites?
Not even websites, bro.
What about if it's like, like the super teen porn that obviously these girls look like little girls, but they're really like 18, 19?
They're 18, they're 18.
And it's okay.
Hey man, it's a consenting adult making the decision to make some money to act on some fucked up fetish like shitting in a cup or a foot or other weird shit.
There's people that fall here other than the pedophiles.
Say again?
There's other people that fall here in society. I know, like, I do this during,
you're talking
like,
about
the
people
wrestler.
Like, kind of like help them kind of facilitate their...
And it's a thing.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't a thing, it wouldn't be popularized. Therefore, there would be no financial incentive to make it.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I mean,
society
if somebody decided that it's illegal to make that type of porn, I would support that. Like if it was in some sort of bill or something like that. I'm just not like fixated on that part of it. I'm not about to blame some small percentage of a person that creates a technically legal, fucked up thing.
Yeah.
And makes, not right now, but once we take care of this other part, the bigger part, you know, the church.
That's where we're heading, though. But that's where we're heading.
The baseball coaches or whatever, and the people that you know that act on it. That's the first line of people that are just like comfortable with you and your child, and then it ends up they're fucked up.
But that's where we're heading, Thompson.
What do you mean that's where we're heading?
We're heading to a place, in my humble opinion, of acceptance.
Of what?
People are going to start accepting pedophiles.
In what way?
In not such a non-demeaning way, right? We're going to start personalizing these people.
No, yeah, for sure. I can sympathize with somebody who has a like brain issue. That's what it is. Their brain, parts of their brain light up. All of their brain lights up for positive shit. What was it? Anyway, the whole brain lights up and gets like positive reinforcements or serotonins, or I'm not a fucking scientist, but like when you think of something, when something makes you feel good, a certain part of your brain lights up. When something makes them feel good, like all of their brain lights up.
So does it make it a wrong thing?
It's not their fault that their brain is like that. It's their fault that they act on it.
Right.
That's why I say you think about it all you fucking feel like, bro. I mean, I can sympathize. It sucks.
That's where I'm at.
You can take some pills or something. I don't know.
The doing it is fucked up.
Yeah.
The doing it is absolutely. It's just like murder. It's just like because you're affecting somebody else. Plus, you're affecting somebody's innocence, which is the craziest and most sacred part of a child is their innocence. Yeah. So we all know that's wrong.
Absolutely.
But with all this accepting that's going on in society, it just feels like that's the next turn key.
I mean,
maybe we have to get there to understand it.
I think you should be sympathetic to that kind of person, okay? Not to the person who acts on it.
Right.
Once you act on it, because I can be fucking whatever. You can be, but then you just wouldn't do it. You know, you just don't do it or whatever.
Right.
Whatever it is, whatever weird, like you could be mad at your boss like a motherfucker. I'm just going to punch this motherfucker I just want to knock him out. So I can think about knocking him out all the time. I can go, or even killing. You know, you go as far as like wondering like, oh, fucking kill that dude, you know, but it's illegal and you don't do it. You know?
We agreed as a society, right?
You just know that you shouldn't do that shit because it's fucked up and illegal.
Yeah.
So the other thing about like living your truth and being, confident in your body and all of this stuff, it's all good. It's all stuff that affects you and it's awesome for you and blah blah blah.
Only Lizzo's allowed to feel like that.
Who you talking about?
If we merit a fat person to live their truth, even though we think society, even health wise, that it's not healthy for you to be that fat, so we know it's wrong, but we're gonna let you live your truth. That's the thing that I'm drawing conclusion or I'm drawing
again, whatever Lizzo's doing is affecting Lizzo. You know, that's that part that doesn't. So whatever, live your truth, do what you want to do, as long as it's not.
It's unhealthy.
My thing.
It's unhealthy.
Congratulations. Smoke more cigarettes. Fucking drink more beer and whatever. Eat more sugar.
Yeah.
All that shit's bad for you. So congratulations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you come to my house and put extra sugar in my food and put a bunch of cigarettes in my mouth and make me smoke them and make me drink alcohol every night and make me stay up and do things to affect me, then it's a problem. When you steal children from outside of somewhere and do something terrible to them, you're affecting other people. So fuck that living your truth bullshit.
No, don't act on it, but live your truth as in, this is who I am. I'm a pedophile. This is what I like. We're going to see this guy. He says he doesn't think watching 18-year-old, you know, if she's like, as long as it's legal or whatever. Maybe he even says illegal. I'm sorry. I'll go back. But at that point, obviously whoever did the video is being affected, but in the behavior of him not acting on it physically, but him living his truth. Like, that's who he is. And That's the hardest thing I had to come because I don't even have kids, but I still don't fuck with that shit. And like we had this conversation in other episodes where like motherfucking parents should have borders off the get because of the world we live in.
Mm-hmm.
But even in the world we live in with the super acceptance of everything, letting Lizzo fucking wear the chaps out there and twerk, baby girl, do you? It's up to you. That is going to turn Caitlyn Jenner, do you? Baby boy, do what you gotta do to be happy. I feel like that culture is pushing an ugly future. Where we're gonna start accepting all this shit.
What about when Prince did it?
With the chaps?
Yeah.
He still can be labeled as a attractive man because unfortunately he fits the prototype, body type, archetype of a man. It's like Rihanna doing it.
Yeah, right. Prince was a fucking little doll, bro. What are you talking about?
A lot of people find him attractive.
4'4".
But
a lot of people find Lizzo attractive, bro.
Yes, but hypothetically in society, when you're fat,
true story.
That's the
because
way.
of the confidence too.
Yeah.
P.S. Someone who can wear some.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, but we can agree. Like, I'm fat, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I wore the fat card like a motherfucker.
I got it on, bitch.
Bear, I am your bear. Like, I know how to manipulate a woman into liking a fat man.
Oh, God, he's a manipulator.
I got words for you, baby.
I got words.
Gift the gab that will make you alter your perception on what you really think. You thought you liked the muscle man.
Sexy.
Did you like that muscle man? You like that fucking big old.
Yeah, man, those really good words, bro. Nailed it. But it's cool. I'm not a hot, Lizzo girl. Anyway,
I would use more of like the cuddling effect. Mm-hmm. But the point I'm making is that you can, us being such an accepting society, I will even say because of the time I was born, if I was maybe born 10 years earlier, I would have got it way worse on being fat. Like, fat is cool now to an extent, you know? So all these things that we were raised, and maybe it's us and our age, and my age, because the way I'm analyzing it right now, it's like all this stuff that was negative. Like the reason why we made fun of fat people, because we wanted you to lose weight. It's a tough love approach to you being healthy.
That's not true. Kids made fun of fat kids because they were different and they weren't the people that were on the Wheaties box or whatever, and kids are little fucking assholes. That's why kids
make fun of fat people because they look at fat people like irresponsible people. You don't know how to control yourself with food?
No, they don't.
You don't know how to exercise?
No, they
you
don't.
Never think about that?
Most people don't even fucking exercise, bro.
My friend, though, when
Skinny
you look
people,
at a fat person, you don't ever look at them. My friend Revenue told me this because he was an off and on fat person. Mm-hmm. And he told me the different effects of like when you walk into a room and hey, it's the real world. People are going to judge you, okay? And usually, not saying all the time, when you walk in a business room, power broking room, right, where you have to read people for who they are, and yes, guess what? You got to judge them. You're going to respect the motherfucker that comes in the room fit, talks well mannerism, professional man. Why? Because you know he committed himself to certain things, a lifestyle, right? Exercising, taking care of himself. When you look at a fat person, I know this. I know because I know when I lost weight, the way people would look at me compared to being fat. The majority of the time, if you're a fit-looking person, people that automatically merit some type of respect because people look at the fact that you are disciplined. When they look at a fat person 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, okay, they say that person clearly doesn't have any discipline, clearly doesn't take care of himself. They're not going to analyze it. Maybe he has a thyroid disorder. Maybe his family has genetics and blah, 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 blah. They don't look at that on face value. They say, this person's a slob. This person does not take care of himself. Not you, Thompson.
No.
Talking about the general person.
I don't think the general person does that either. I don't think the general person thinks about it as much as you're saying they think about it.
No,
and be clear, just because you think that's the way it is doesn't mean that's the way the general person does it. You know what I mean?
This is just my observation.
Yeah, it's your observation.
Why do they have fat movies? Why do they have all those things, those jokes?
Because they're stereotypical, the way that the corporations have marketed things to have you thinking and have you programmed to thinking that you need to do this, that, and the third to live a certain way. But by any measure of if you look at BMI, body mass index, you know that shit is rigged and flawed all the way up the fucking whatever. But it's built and made so that you do need to attain a certain crazy, prototypical, impossible Steve Rogers, Hulk, Wolverine, all of that shit like physique, and nobody with a job and a child can get that shit. You gotta have the nutrition.
You're a beautiful person.
You gotta have the science.
For president. I love the fact that you're not judgmental at all.
No, I am very judgmental. I am very, very judgmental. Trust me. But when I see a person that's out of overweight, you know what I judge? When they're like huffing down a triple decker cheeseburger and they're like about to bite their hand. I'm like, holy shit, you may need to chill. But like a person that's just sitting there eating their food, I'm just saying there's a person eating their food. I don't even really think about, oh crap, unless it's crazy.
That's what I'm talking about.
But that's like, when do you see
Lizzo's
crazy?
Not like a chubby girl. She's a big woman.
She is, but she doesn't look obese. She doesn't look like
no, because she can. She's doing fine. She's an anomaly, buddy.
Nah,
that's
maybe.
how we used to think about Big Pun.
Big Pun, what? No, Big Pun was the one that had breathing problems.
But we were like, holy shit, how could this dude rap so fast and have the breath control like that?
Yeah, but you could hear him like. Nah, and him walking, he was obese.
That's what I'm talking about then. Let's not just talk about regular chubby people. Like me, I've been able to get away with it. That's why I made that example. I'm talking about fat people that you can look at and be like, you need some help. And there's a lot of those people in America.
And you could take it or not take it, but I don't know what that I guess has to do with pedophiles.
Because like I said, I made the example back in the day. We used to look at certain things as bad. Some people would look at gay as being a bad thing back in the day, right? And then we evolved and we start accepting all these things. We start being inclusive to all these things. I thought the battery was going out, but we're safe.
Email or something?
No. Now that we're being so inclusive, we have to be careful because we're treading a thin line where we're going to start having to accept things like this. And that's why I'm making the analogy.
You're talking about accepting them thinking about it?
Being more open-minded to it, not being
To what, though? To them having the disease?
It not being look like a disease.
Huh? But how do you mean?
Like, because the same way...
So not letting them do the things they want to do,
I don't know, bro. I don't know where it can go. I don't know where it can go.
It would never go there.
I don't know where it can go. It might
never go there.
You probably start to see like it would being okay, right? The same way girls start liking like serial killers and even guys that like crazy women and stuff. You're gonna start seeing like these little girls that are 18 being with these type of dudes. Which that already happens. That's what I'm saying. On the spectrum of a game, you have Hugh Hef. Okay, Hugh Hef is a fucking great pedophile. This motherfucker was the top pedophile because he never got caught or accused of anything. He just looked like a playboy. And then you get fucking, I don't know, the guy we're about to see on the Fort Myers episode of Catch a Predator that wears like a cowboy hat and looks like a chicken nugget. Another motherfucker that's built like a damn chicken cutlet. He's a terrible pedophile because he didn't know how to finesse it. So... Because it's already been. What am I talking about? Like now that I just realized it, we've already been accepting this pedophile shit. It's already been okay.
In certain circles, sure.
When you see a 40-year-old motherfucker with a 20-year-old, you're a pedophile, bro.
No, man, because that 20-year-old's an adult. And they can do what they want to do. You know?
It's a little kid, man.
No, he might have like weird issues, maybe.
Yes,
possibly, but it's not a little kid. It's a young woman. It's a different. There's kids and then there's young women, and they do what they want to do.
We've been accepting it, and it's about to get a lot worse.
I don't think there's ever going to get to a point where we accept people actually assaulting children. Not accepting it. You may be more sympathetic to the fact that they have a problem, and not just want to like immediately.
You sure?
Hurt them.
50 years ago, we wouldn't be able to share the same water fountain. Okay.
So well, again, how would
motherfuckers evolve into some crazy shit and we never see it?
But again, what would me being a color and you being a color have to do with each other? Nothing. But if you're assaulting and putting your hands on somebody that's not yourself, then we have a problem.
Yes.
That's the only time. So the rest of the examples don't make sense. They don't equate. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what Lizzo does. It doesn't matter what I do because of my color. It doesn't matter. What was another example you tried to use?
Just fat people.
Fat people, it doesn't matter. It may be unhealthy for you to be big. It may not. I think there's research that has both arguments depending on how you look at the whatever. But I don't know about that either. But it's just you and your body, your dad bod. That's a great shirt to wear. But you notice we're matching too, color scheme wise. Anyway, they didn't do that on purpose. And I got the I am an immigrant shirt.
I like that. I am an immigrant.
I keep getting compliments on this shirt, by the way. Anyway,
it's good work.
The pedophile thing has to do with them assaulting other people. So that shit will never fucking happen.
Well,
never.
Yeah, assaulting people, yes, but I'm not talking about that. That's always going to be wrong. Maybe that'll change too, but I'm just talking about.
That's never going to change. What are you talking about?
Man, the world's a crazy place, bro.
Nah, it ain't that fucking crazy where you can assault. Kids are the first thing to be protected.
50 years, we'll see.
Now, there's definitely segments of the population that don't feel like that. You know what I mean? That want to
There's a place
they feel like they love them.
Right.
And all of that shit. I understand that they're fucked in the head. I get that. I get the perception's weird in their shit.
There's a group called the Association for Man and Child Love. Some
shit like that?
Yeah.
The lady, there was a lady trying to get some town in Lake County to be
There's a whole trailer park that lets these motherfuckers live there.
They
gotta live somewhere.
You know what I mean? That's true.
That's the seed, bro.
They gotta live somewhere.
That's the seed.
It's not the seed.
That's
just
seed.
That's just not wanting to kill people for having a disorder and getting them off the planet. That's all that is.
Yeah, but that movie.
As long as you follow the rules, bro, you're a certain distance away from A, you don't live B, and you register all that shit, then you can do your thing.
If she's 18 but she looks like she's 12, it's okay. Have your way with her.
She's a grown woman, bro.
Wow.
She's a grown woman.
That makes me feel nah. I can't go with that one.
So what are you gonna do? Make it legal?
Nothing. I could just feel bad about it.
It's true. It's very true.
Kimberly, hit us with them facts.
From Orlando Weekly. The number of registered sex offenders and predators living in Florida is on the rise, according to a new state report. The Associated Press reports 28,548 sex offenders and predators call the Sunshine State home as of October 2018, a 53% increase since 2005 when the state started reviewing its registry. Registered sex.
Is it because you're a sex offender? That means also rape, right?
Yeah, everything.
So
or even
over the age,
even if you get caught looking at illegal material online, you're still a sex offender.
Or taking upskirt in Home Depot.
Use a sex offender.
It's why are you taking upskirts in Home Depot?
Because he likes it.
But Home Depot though,
he likes it. It's his fetish. Yeah, let him live his truth.
Offenders who are residents only account for 39% of all registered offenders in Florida, which numbers 73,004 in total. According to the December report released by the Office of Program Policy Analysis and Government Accountability. The majority of sex offenders and sexual predators on the state's registry, 43,607 people or about 60% live in other states, are currently in prison or have been deported.
Numbers.
Orange County has the highest number of resident registered sex offenders and predators in the state at 2,299, followed closely by Duval, 2,108, and Hillsborough, 1,823. In 2017, the Orlando Sentinel reported the Greater Orlando area ranked third in the U.S. for the number of reports to the National Human Trafficking Hotline. The typical registered sex offender in Florida was a white, middle-aged male, accounting for 73% of all registered offenders, according to the report. Sexual offenders are people who have been convicted of a qualifying sexual offense, such as sexual battery, human trafficking or video voyeurism of a minor. People designated as sexual predators by a court because of an extreme threat to public safety include repeat sexual offenders who use physical violence, and sexual offenders who prey on children. The report points out that sex offenders in Florida face significant obstacles in finding housing, which can affect recidivism rates. Many studies have established that sex offenders who maintain stable employment, housing, and family relationships have significantly lower recidivism rates, the report stated. Sex offenders in Florida face multiple barriers to housing, including residence restrictions, unwelcoming property managers, a lack of affordable housing, and issues with employment and income. These factors may contribute to the growth of sex offender enclave communities and increases in offender transiency.
All right, guys, get ready to judge people. You ready to judge people?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing this episode.
Epidemic of grown men using the internet to solicit underage teens for sex. As more and more parents become aware of the dangers, so have lawmakers in Washington. Good evening, I'm Stone Phillips.
And I'm Ann Curry. Both houses of Congress have now passed a bill to create the first nationwide registry for sex offenders, which in many states includes online sex predators.
This time we take our hidden cameras to Florida. We thought we'd seen and heard just about everything. But what we found there surprised even our own Chris Hansen.
God damn it, Florida!
Even some of what you'll see is
even Chris Hansen was surprised.
He's out of this. He's out of the game now.
Hey, come on in!
Oh man!
I made some cookies. They're on the table.
Hi.
Take a seat.
This 49-year-old man and the teenager talking to him have never met before. He probably believes she's the 15-year-old he's been chatting online with for the last week and a half.
Hey, I just had to change my shirt real quick, but just come in and watch some TV. I'll be right there.
He's got the pedo look to me.
What he doesn't know is
it's the glasses
she's really a
that's
19-year-old actress we hired to be a decoy. And he has just walked into a Dateline hidden camera investigation.
Come on in over here.
Let's come sit down. These guys always sit down. It's like, no.
How does it taste? Great.
Yeah, he's in the cookies.
These are home baked?
No, it's home baked. Check out my tank top.
Not really. Okay.
You got the faded glasses.
Ask you a couple questions.
It's the latest in our continuing series of investigations into online sex predators.
Damn glasses.
For the first time, we're in the South.
If he had a mustache,
Fort Myers.
Daniels is Fort Myers chief of police.
I've had a lot of parents call me and say, hey, I've called.
I told you, bro. Mustaches consist of two types of people in society. Pedos or cops.
My kid talking to someone over the internet. I've had my kids slip out of the house and go meet someone. What do I do?
While searching for a way to help parents and children in his community, Chief Daniels says he saw one of our previous broadcasts and had an idea.
We decided, well, let's get a hold of Perverted Justice and have them teach us how to do this operation.
We're trying to make contact and get an update right now.
Perverted Justice, an online watchdog group Dateline has been working with during each of our computer predator investigations. Its members...
I will say, Fort Myers seems to not have a lot of not a lot of crime or a lot of time in their hands.
...are experts at pretending to be kids online and on the phone.
Yeah, you sound nice.
Dateline hired Perverted Justice members to do what they've been doing for the last 4 years. Chat online with men looking for minors, hoping to meet the teens for sex. The members go into chat rooms and on social networking sites like MySpace and TeenSpot using profiles of young teens. Sometimes the decoy...
I'm just trying to read what it says.
Act eager about having sex.
He thinks he's talking to the girl.
Since Perverted Justice members want to see these predators arrested, they were more than willing to help out the Fort Myers Police Department.
Perverted Justice says, hey, not only will we teach you, we'll come down and do it for you.
About
So the next thing I know, we're setting up the sting operation.
Hey, you're creepy,
his
huh?
left hand is in his pocket.
Oh yeah, you're saying creepy stuff to me now. I like that.
Perverted Justice
oh, you're
worked
creepy.
out a plan with Chief Daniels'
oh,
officers.
That's weird.
Once a potential predator makes a date online for sex with a minor, the chat logs will be sent to detectives and prosecutors who are staked out in the guest house behind our house.
Florida Department of Law Enforcement and the state attorney's office, they were reviewing the chat logs to make sure that this person had already violated state statute.
We just now got the child log on. Yeah, we'll take a look at it as soon.
Under Florida law, it's a crime for an adult to solicit sex with a minor online.
Coming to the house was kind of like the icing on the cake.
Fuck that.
For our latest investigation, we've come to this lovely home in an upscale neighborhood.
Now, this is the gray area of the law, though. What if you never solicited sex and you just show up to the house? Like, obviously, you got to have some type of intent there. But if you never solicited, I guess that's what they're waiting for before they send you the address.
Right. If you just show up at the house,
like,
I could understand why the police maybe technically couldn't do anything, but once he's on the property and he's told to get off the property and he doesn't get off the property, then that's illegal.
Right, it wouldn't be a sexual offense, though.
Right, it wouldn't be anything sexual. It would be obviously known by everybody standing there and shit. You just be like, all right, you can't get him on that necessarily.
We gotta admit, though, this is a nice thing that they're doing, but with the cameras and the whole thing, it makes it a little fucked up.
I can see what you're saying. I'm just gonna ask it anyway. In what way? How?
Just. It's becoming like an entertainment thing. It's becoming like a business to an extent. It's becoming, you know what I mean? That's what I was saying earlier. Like, Fort Myers must have a lot of time on their hands.
Well, it's an important thing.
It is. But making it a production.
I think it's twofold. I think, yes, obviously, it's kind of weird to want to, like, just profit off that particular thing over and over and over again. It's like if you profited off a show about car accidents or something like that, and you just showed car accidents and people dying and shit like that all the time and over. It's kind of fucked up. But because it's so messed up, I think it plays as a good deterrent.
And it's good TV. People love this shit.
That's what I was saying at the beginning. But I think it's a good deterrent for people that want to do this thing and just have at least a second thought of just keeping it in their brain instead of coming and acting on it. Because that's, again, the real problem. The fact that it's happening in their brain isn't their fault. I believe that. I whatever study or documentary that I saw that one time convinced me. So I'm not a expert, but in my brain, the way it was laid out for me made sense. It's not their fault. Okay? So do what you want. Think what you want. Think what you want. It's not your fault. But don't act on that shit, bro. Because that's when it's wrong.
Yeah. You might become famous on the internet. Who? For being on Catch a Predator.
5 cameras outside, including one hidden in a palm tree. It covers the street from both sides.
That's a lot of work, guys.
A potential predator's car a block before he arrives.
Knocking on the back door, call out.
Hey, come on in!
As for the cameras inside the house, there are 8.
Coming your way, move.
Watch this man.
He's in the kitchen.
From the moment he walks in the door, his every move.
From the moment he walks in the door, his outfit said Pedo.
He's coming into the living room. Chris has him. What are you doing here today?
He sat down and ate.
Is this some kind of setup or something?
Is this some kind of setup or something?
He's Michael
Santa Claus.
Named generic white male. He's almost 50 years old, and
he really was though. He wasn't lying.
Who calls herself Yolanda and who says she's 15. He lies to her about his age, typing, "I'm 30.
I'm 30.
You probably don't want me around you.
41.
I'm cute though, built good." Then
he said he's built good.
We'd have to keep us a secret
lying
because of the
all
age
over
difference.
the place.
Younger girls like you don't come along often. I'd want you again and again.
Then he sends an online picture of his penis to the girl who told him she was 15.
And how did you?
That's it.
Well, of course, online. You act like I should know that. Well, yeah. I mean, it's a common thing now. Just to meet young girls online. No, meet any women online.
Oh man, he has one of those.
Remind generic white male that Yolanda
glass
told
eyes.
Him she was 15.
What? No way. You know, I have the transcript of your conversation with.
Damn dog, Yolanda. And he also got them print them out too with the highlights and shit.
I don't want this cookie.
I don't want this cookie. Fuck your cookies.
White male won't be going to the beach today.
He won't. He needs to though. Get fucking tan.
Oh God! Oh! Right into the arms.
That's some 40-year-old ankles.
The police quickly take him down to the ground. In Florida, where it's relatively easy to get a permit to carry a concealed weapon,
now they do the elbow thing. Be like, damn, I'm on stomach. Just do what you want me to do. You ain't gonna get my elbow all fucked up.
Was to get this person
not that I've ever been arrested.
With their hands behind him and handcuffed.
Hell yeah, you gotta get ready for the next one.
Away in an unmarked police vehicle and
they have these busts all the time, man. There's always like 45 people. They get 50. And it's always something stupid. Operation Naughty List or something like that. Not stupid.
It's not televised on TV. It's not televised on TV all the time.
There's footage released sometimes. and we run packages on it and stuff. So it's not like a show. It should be though, I think.
Imagine the sales team trying to sell that. Hey, we got this whole pedophile case.
I mean, as long if you present it in a way,
Chevys,
if you
this
present
might
it in
be
a way,
a good one,
dog. If you present, like I said, I think it's a good deterrent. It should scare people. We shouldn't have that many fucking people.
It's like when
so
you get
awesome
caught
to
for
come down
prostitution and they post your picture in the newspaper.
No, it's different. I think it's different.
It's different, but it's still the same thing. They're trying to like blast you.
Yeah,
like, hey, you're picking up some sucky off of Ridgewood, boys.
They want you to, but I'm saying, if you're a consenting adult and it's taxed and like treated a certain way, like going in the Best Buy or something like that, and there's just like everybody's
just on your daughter.
I wouldn't want my daughter to do it at all. No,
it's always good to go back to that one.
I wouldn't, I wouldn't. Yeah, but again, if that's someone's choice, you gotta either accept it or not. I guess and especially if I don't know them, I'm gonna accept it. That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Hey man, more power to you. I guess I couldn't do it. Probably couldn't do it. You know what I mean? I don't know, man.
Searched for some condoms.
Got some condoms.
Things like that in there.
Coming to fuck.
And he's put into a marked police car and taken to jail.
That's what I do. I look at you under.
That's
commonly what you do, right?
Before a judge. And bail
Fort
is
Myers, shit.
So it'll be a composite bond of $40,000. That's all.
About to go to the house.
Get up on 4.
Yellow
the gold car coming down is our boy.
After previous investigations in 4 different states, we've seen
only
some
in Florida.
Strange things. But even we were surprised at what we found here in Florida.
All I gotta say is, ain't nothing going on here, dude.
He had that Echo shirt.
My guy.
Coming up, a suspect comes knocking while his sister and her kids wait in the car. How will he explain that one?
Your poor sister's waiting outside with 2 babies.
So I like to multitask.
When To Catch a Predator continues.
You need a ride.
Here he comes.
Our 13 cameras are in place and rolling, including one
your
high up in a
sister's
palm
ride.
tree. We're able to spot a potential predator's car.
Trying to holler at
before he gets
kids.
to our
I
house.
don't want no pedo.
The man walking in our back door is 21-year-old David Schumacher, screen name Freebird 72,000.
He is 21.
What did he say he was?
21.
He is 21.
Yeah.
How old is she saying
15. I'm 7 years older than my current girlfriend right now.
Right.
I don't know. That's a hard one.
That's that gray area that you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's the gray area you're talking about. But
I'm more accepting of that than I am even though it's legal. A 40-year-old dude with a 20-year-old. If you're 20 years older than a chick, I think that's some pedo shit. I accept this way more.
At a certain point, women are old enough to make decisions for themselves.
So when they can take a period, when they get their period?
No, when like 20 years old.
I mean, naturally though, when they get their period, according to
that just
biology,
means they could maybe get pregnant or whatever. That doesn't mean anything about like.
That's what they used to think.
Yeah, I don't know actually if that's what that means actually. So I don't even know if that's true. But what I'm saying is, at a certain point, and 20 is old enough. We can argue if it's 16 or 18 or whatever. 20 is old enough to make a decision. So it doesn't matter if he's 60 and get a 20-year-old. It's just weird for it would be.
I think 25
it's weird for her.
should be that age, man. Because they even scientifically said that your brain doesn't stop maturing until it's 25.
No, man, people should be able to have sex when they're 20.
I think you should be considered a minor until you're 25.
No, I don't think so. I don't agree with that.
And the world would be a better place.
I don't agree with that.
I have to, because I just think it's people, these older men taking advantage. I think it's the same shit to me.
But they're not taking advantage. She wants to do it.
She's legally allowed to do it.
No,
you can argue that with a 16-year-old. There's some
That's what I'm saying. We can argue for 16, 18, or whatever. I know I'm saying that's a gray area for sure. Because I know how I was when I was 16. If I was sleeping with somebody that was 30 years old and she was fine, I wouldn't care.
Girls in high school dating 30-year-old dudes, and they were like 15, 16, getting picked up at school.
Man, that's the dude shouldn't have did that, and the woman shouldn't have done that with the guy with the boy either. Like it sucks that there's a gray area. There is, but there is a cutoff. They set up a clear cutoff. So follow the cutoff.
There's also a level of being. Only in this specific, I'm not talking about like 40-year-old dudes, but in that case where you're like 15 years older than the girl, a lot of times there's not mature enough kids, boys, right, that are not men in high school. Girls naturally mature faster than us. And when they can tell that, like, and this is not always, but the pack of kids in their high school are not mature enough, maybe they're more evolved sexually, they seek an older man.
Yeah. And
for
again,
experience. Same way a kid, I lost my virginity to a 40-year-old woman.
Again, I would want to, right? But this me now knows that I shouldn't, which is why the cutoff exists, which is why the 30-year-old shouldn't do that, which is why it's illegal.
I enjoyed losing my virginity to a 40-year-old woman.
She
was like 38.
She knew what she was doing. Took you for the ride.
Well, I didn't feel uncomfortable. I felt like the girls my age, I had to talk them into sex. Because maybe they were kind of into it, but they're like, I'm a virgin. At least the girls that I was dating at the time. And that's why I never moved on it. Definitely played the bass, sucked some titties, played with the vajizzy.
Played the bass.
Sucked titties, played with the vajizzy, but I didn't go all the way because I felt like I was maybe taking advantage of them at that age. I wanted them to be fully comfortable. I didn't want to walk into or talk, I have to talk somebody into, are we going to do this? And even though they might have been down, they're still a little like hesitant because look at all the implications. But with that older woman, it was awesome.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, man. Felt a little nervous because I don't think she knew I was a virgin. I think she figured it out later. I think I was an experienced virgin. Like, I hadn't penetrated, but I played a lot. I was in there, practicing.
For the big game?
For the big game.
For the big game. Nah, man. Like I mean, there's a boundary set up because of that reason. Because you knew that because people want to, and you're starting to want to, or whatever, and you know that people will take advantage of that. But it isn't necessarily that they don't want to. They just shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Let's go back to making fun of the guy in the Echo shirt.
He's been chatting online with a decoy posing as a young teen named B.
Knock, knock.
Knock, knock.
Hey, come on in.
Our 19-year-old actress, the decoy playing B, invites him in.
She looks like the Catch Me Outside girl.
Cookies, they're so good.
Did you make them?
Yeah, I made them myself.
All right, I eat them. I like chocolate chip.
Online, he invites the girl, who told him she was 14 and a virgin, to a birthday party. And from his online chat, it appears he has his sights on a party for two.
I want to be your first, baby.
Okay.
You gonna put my in your mouth? Because I like that.
I guess I can try it.
Just let me drive, baby. I'll show you heaven.
He goes on to talk about having different kinds of sex with the virgin, and then gets almost poetic.
Do you want to make love or for your first time?
What's the difference?
It's just raw passion, and making love is a connection of bodies, I guess.
Freebird 72,000 also mentions online that he's going to bring marijuana.
Did you bring some green?
No, we're gonna smoke some though when we get some.
Cookies are good munchies.
Now again, tell me your parents is rich. What do they do for a living?
Hey, why don't you have a seat right over there?
How you doing?
Good, how are you? What's happening?
These guys don't stop eating them chocolate chip cookies, though.
They must be really good.
Like so many of the men who walk into this house, the man sits and answers questions. He can't figure out if I'm the girl's father or a police officer. And remember, he has no idea he's being videotaped.
What's going on?
You tell me what's going on.
You a dad or something?
What are you doing here?
I'm David. How you doing?
David, I'm Chris. Nice to see you. How's everything?
Good. Chilling. Birthday party.
So the girl here was going to go with you to the birthday party.
Who are you?
I'll get to that in a minute.
All right.
What's your kid's name for the party?
B.
B. And how old is B?
I don't know. She didn't really tell me.
But she did tell him. Online, she typed her age, 14, female, South Florida. And he said, "What would your parents say about you talking to someone as old as me?" Then Freebird seems to worry I'm a cop.
You seem like law enforcement. I happen to know law enforcement. No, I'm just saying.
Oh, I think he's ran into him.
Come off as law enforcement.
Really? You know how you come off?
How's that?
Somebody who's very nervous. Somebody who came over here to have sex with a 14-year-old girl.
14-year-old?
I read him some of what
smiling.
he said
What a dummy.
online.
Are you sexy naked? Have you ever played with yourself?
Have you ever wore a hat
I'm
like
gonna
this?
put my in your mouth.
Yeah, because I like
Because I
that.
like that, I'll teach you.
And you're trying to say
I'm trying to say it makes it look like you came here.
I didn't come here. I can't pick her up.
To have sex with an underage girl.
We were in a role-playing chat room, dude.
And what role were you playing exactly here?
People play roles, man. Anytime, never ask role-playing. People just talk. My God, dude. Is this some kind of hold up, man? You got a warrant? Because, I mean, if the girl don't want to come and if you got a problem.
A warrant? What are you, a defense lawyer now?
I'm saying, man. You don't got no cause to hold me. I got no problem sitting here to talk to you.
Right? Okay.
He sticks to the story that he's here to take the girl to a party, but it turns out he didn't come here alone. Waiting outside in the car is his sister and her 2 young children. He says his sister was going to drive them to the party.
Yeah.
And your poor sister's waiting outside with 2 babies in the car?
Yeah. So,
because you had to come over here and have sex with a 14-year-old girl.
I didn't come over here to have sex.
Why would you put that sister of yours
I didn't come over here to have sex. I come over here to get the girl and go to the party, dude.
We learn his sister apparently didn't know he was trying to meet an underage girl. Later, we'll find out what happens when I tell him.
Oh no!
What
a...
I'm sure Mark Echo really liked that part.
As you can see, the palm tree cam picks up another man headed our way. This time, he's riding a motorcycle.
He's parking right by the door.
Instead of coming in right away, he stays outside and smokes a cigarette. Our actress tries to get him to come inside.
Call him. He's getting nervous.
Hey, come on in!
All right, you just put a cigarette in the trash. He's heading towards the door.
He's 45-year-old Dennis Ramsey, a truck driver, screen name Daddy for You. He drove 4 hours to meet a girl who told him online she was 14, home alone, and willing to have sex with him. Online, Daddy for You says, I just met you, I like you, and the world says it's wrong because I'm older than you. Then later, under a different screen name, Bluegrass Rules, he brings up the idea of having sex with her in a roundabout way.
I said we can't have sex, but that's up to you.
It might be okay.
If we do, you have to assure me no one will ever find out.
And where are you?
Oh, hey! I'm just picking out a jacket to wear on the bike. Just take a seat.
This is quite a place.
How'd you like it?
How you doing? How you doing?
Good. Why don't you have a seat right over in that chair?
Oh, man.
No, man.
You're smoking outside?
Let me finish this damn cookie.
What are you up to?
Well, I knew this was going to happen.
He tells me he has kids of his own and drove 4 hours simply to warn our
That's so
teenager
dirty.
about
That's
the
even
danger
dirtier of the
talking
dirty,
to
bro.
strangers on the
You
internet.
got kids and you're doing this, bro?
But you know, when you do that, you can be anybody.
So you came to help her out of the goodness of your heart?
No, that sounds stupid, but maybe you could say that. I don't know.
And what about his chat log?
You ask her what size her boobs are. She says 32B. You say yummy.
Yeah,
for the children. You're not trying to set me up, are you? Are you a cop? If anyone ever knew about this, I would go to jail.
I can't tell you how ashamed I am.
And as you'll see later, he'll be even more ashamed when he finds out he's going to be on national television. But first, there are more men about to arrive for their date with a young teen. Some won't stay long.
So someone bring food. Did you eat the food?
And one man wants to take his date for a ride.
Come here.
Oh, wow.
And coming up a little later tonight, one of the most profoundly troubling cases we've seen. A father brings his own small child along on a date to meet an underage teen and walks into a confrontation he never expected.
I gotta tell you something, and I'm gonna tell you just straight up right now.
To catch a predator continues in a
Oh,
moment.
bro, Florida, you've taken the cake,
South Florida. Now, hold on. Where did that guy come from? So the other guy drove 4 hours. I know people drive from, I don't know the people. I know that some people drive from as far as like Canada to do this shit in Florida.
That's not 4 hours, though.
I'm saying, like, where did that guy come from?
I don't know. We gotta find out.
Did he come from, like, Wyoming or some shit?
He's coming, Emily. Hold on. Wave. Oh, he saw you. He's hitting the brakes and backing up.
During our undercover operations, it's not uncommon for potential predators to appear hesitant about walking in the door.
He's trying to wave her out to the street. No way.
But we've never seen anyone like this man.
He's bringing his car all the way back, guys.
He pulls in around back and starts asking the decoy, our actress playing a young teen, to come outside.
No, you come here.
It's almost 4 o'clock in the morning when 44-year-old Thomas Moffat, screen name Moff1960, pulls up to our house. He's a maintenance engineer for the Boca Raton Resort, a married man with 3 children. He drove more than 2 hours to meet a girl named Tony who said she was 15. Really, it's a decoy from Perverted Justice.
I'm trying to hit on you and you're laughing at me?
No, I'm not.
Okay, good. Am I freaking you out?
Why would you freak me out?
Because I'm 44 and I'm hitting on you? So
gosh.
would you ever
Who's
fool
doing
around
these
with an old guy like me?
voiceovers?
Once they set up an actual date to meet at her house, Moff1960
Hey,
makes
it's
his
Tony.
plans very clear.
Okay, how about after I come in, I'll strip?
For reals?
Sure, if you want
For
me to.
reals.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
You can take your clothes off in the laundry room if you want to.
He finally gets out of his car, but won't come any closer than the back step.
You said you were going to do something for me in the laundry room. Were you lying to me?
Yo, she's kind of like...
Because that's what I feel like you're going to do now.
Cautious.
Moff1960 senses something different about the girl in the house.
Can you come here, please?
I'm right here.
Please?
In fact, something is different. Our actress is not actually the decoy who sent Moff1960 a photograph of herself and spoke to him on the phone. That was a member of Perverted Justice.
You haven't acted this way when we've talked before.
Oh, really? Well, talking in person is a little different than talking
And
online.
you don't sound the same.
He's really good.
In person as you did on the phone.
Well,
Oh, your picture looks different, too.
This odd conversation goes on for half an hour. At one point, he tells her to show him proof that she is who she says she is.
Get your library card.
He paces outside, peeking in the window. When the decoy comes back without her library card, he tries to convince her to get in his car and go to Walgreens.
Where's the Walgreens at?
this is ridiculous. I'm going to bed.
Okay.
As we told you earlier, Fort Myers police officers are staked out in the guest house. So as the man tries to get in his car,
Get down! Get down!
he's arrested.
Down! Put your hands behind your back!
So we never get to tell him he's going to be on Dateline. And he wasn't the only one.
Okay, guys, he's out of the car.
These guys got to sign. They got to sign a release to get put on TV, right?
I don't know if those rules apply when you're getting arrested.
Yeah?
I don't know if they do.
I think there was something. I got to do my research, but these guys eventually have to sign.
I don't know. I don't know if it applies if you're getting arrested.
Really fast.
This 24-year-old Elazar Henson, screen name Importuner81, is here after making a date online with a girl posing as a 13-year-old. He told her he'd bring marijuana.
Some of your rights.
Did you bring the pot?
You get arrested.
He begins to look around and appears to spot our crew upstairs.
Hi.
Yeah, did you bring the pot?
No.
And he takes off.
Go take him. Take him.
Here comes another man who doesn't stick around very long.
He's coming up the driveway. He's walking fast.
He's 43-year-old Freddie Fernandez, screen name LatinHawk63. He's been having an X-rated online chat with a decoy posing as a 15-year-old. Like several men in our investigations, he even sent her a picture of his penis.
Hey, how are you? All right. You should have a seat right in that chair. No,
Nope.
no, sir.
Get down! Now!
Yo, good job, cop on
He's
the
walking
left.
up the driveway.
And here's another man who doesn't
like he's
realize
gonna do
he's walked into our investigation. This case of a man who calls himself Pepe is a first for us.
Hey, Pepe.
Pepe, I'm in here.
Do it again.
Hey, Pepe, come on in.
He's 41-year-old Jose Falcon, screen name Florida, in Miami. He's been chatting online with a girl who said she was 12 and a virgin. He lies about his age, saying he's 27, and he says he has plans to teach the 12-year-old how to have sex. He describes in X-rated detail what he wants to do to her. The picture sent to him is of our actress. Now she's trying to get him in the house.
Hey, Pepe, I'm in here.
Do it again.
Hey, Pepe, are you there? Hey, come on in. Come on in, Pepe.
It takes our decoy a while to get him inside, and when she does, I come out.
All right, please have a seat right here. No.
He indicates to me he's deaf,
Oh, it's okay. Can you read something?
and then heads for the door.
Looks like this guy's deaf, guys.
Get down! Get down!
As for the rest,
they're behind him.
He's like yelling. He's just like,
"Oh,
who me? No, I was just walking. I'm confused.
Get down."
Oh, they got to
the potential predators who do stick around, they're full of excuses.
I'm looking for work and stuff.
This guy.
But what will they say when they find out they're going to be on national television?
How y'all do? NBC?
Red was the color of his shirt. It was also the color of his face.
Oh, burn!
How will he react when he's nabbed by police?
I got all kind of girls, man.
You got a sister with two you got nieces out in the car. You got that lady who just tackled you.
Our latest
You got this lady who's talking about you right here.
Online sex predators. Tonight we're in Florida, where we've rented a home in an upscale neighborhood and set it up with 13
I wonder how the neighbors feel about
cameras. So far, we've seen all kinds of men driving up to the house to meet up with someone posing as an underage teen home alone.
Yes, how do you know that there's no guns?
Another one is on the way, and soon all these men will learn what's
Inviting that
really
kind of
happening.
like drama and shit
Exposed
to your
on
house.
national television. Again, Chris Hansen.
Parking out front.
Oh, Chris Hansen. I'm going to call you Chris
The man in
Hansen.
the black hat is 31-year-old Thomas Coffin, a self-employed handyman. He's here after making a date online for sex.
Of course
with a
you're a
girl
handyman with
pretending
that
to be
type of
14. He tells her, I am into young girls. I like them better than the older girls. And he goes further, admitting he's done this before. When the decoy types, how young have you dated, though, he says 14.
All right, I got my coffee. Is that coffee? So
that's beer.
Trying to find this place was hard.
Online, he tells the girl posing as a 14-year-old several times that he loves her. He also makes it clear he's coming to the house to have sex with her. He even sends her a picture of himself.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
But when I show
like,
up,
damn.
he explains it's all a big misunderstanding.
What's up?
I'm looking for work and stuff.
Looking for work and stuff.
Yeah.
And what kind of work were you looking for here exactly?
I do blacktop sealing.
And what brought you to this address exactly? Did the owner of the house
I heard you guys had a shirt off, no sleeves policy.
I'm a fan.
Really? And did you bring all your blacktop stuff with you?
And just come down just to look at it.
Oh, just to look at it. Now, do you want to start the story again?
What do you mean?
Tell the truth.
I talked to a lot of people.
So you weren't really here to give an estimate for a blacktop job?
No.
That was a lie.
Sorry about that.
He also seems sorry he sent that picture.
That's appropriate?
Ooh, son of his own dick.
He doesn't deny he
So what
sent
about
the
that?
picture.
Is that appropriate?
Does he know it's a
He's like, can I get one of these
possible
cookies real
Do
quick?
you know that this is illegal to send something like this to someone you think is underage?
I didn't read anything on my internet saying anything.
Oh, it won't happen again. I can tell you that one.
Oh,
Then
man,
he
he's
tries to
good.
explain
He's
it all
sorry,
away
sorry.
as one big computer glitch.
I shut down my computer and stuff, and my computer's messed up.
Your computer, so it just, what, magically typed itself like a player piano?
No, it's messed up. I'm saying I got a virus in it and stuff.
What's messed up is this
Sends
conversation.
pictures of your dick.
So what
That's
was
the
your
virus.
intent today? Just to babysit until she's old
You
enough
know,
to-
like if that was like
But how
today,
will he ex-
there's a chance that could be true. Today, that could probably happen. Or just sends pictures of your dick.
How the fuck is your camera? I mean, you would have, first of all, have to take the picture of your dick.
You would have to take a picture, which is totally legal.
And the computer just decided to send that shit to a
No,
random?
the virus would. So Google has this thing where when you save the picture to the cloud, it uses artificial intelligence to analyze the picture. So if it's a picture of your face or someone associates with your mom or something associates with a birthday party or something associates with a body of water. So if you just type car, everything that Google thinks all the pictures in the cloud have to do with a car, it'll show you.
Really?
Like I did license plate and I pulled, because I knew I had a picture of my license plate and I just typed in the word license plate and boom, the license plate picture popped up. So theoretically, if you had the right software engineer, you
Type
could
picture of socks.
You could say, hey, if there was a picture of a penis, take it, but don't only take it, download it and send it out to everybody in his list, in his call list.
Why would he do that?
Why would it do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. This is some theory. I'm just saying theoretically
Oh,
it could be
okay.
true today. But there, at that point, it's just you fucking. Those viruses were doing simple shit like turning pixels into yellow dots so it can like turn into a snake on the screen or some shit like that. You know, people weren't really like tricking people into sending. Just now, day and age now it could happen, but back then I don't think so. Anyway, that's all I'm saying.
I'm confused.
Explained that online the decoy asked him to bring condoms, and he just happens to have them in his shirt pocket.
I always have them.
You always carry them right there in your
just
pocket?
in case.
Yeah,
just in case. You never know when you're going to have sex.
Crushed.
Do you see how this looks, Thomas?
Yeah, it looks bad.
And it looks bad for all the men you've seen walking in our door.
I don't like myself right now at all, man.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who meet teens on the internet.
Like most of the men who find out they've been caught in a Dateline undercover investigation, this man, the 45-year-old truck driver who made plans online to meet a girl who told him she was 14, has nothing more to say.
You're obviously free to walk out that door that you came in.
I will do that. Thank you.
But he won't get very far.
Get there! Get your ass on the ground now!
Fort Myers police are ready to make the arrest.
Do everything you're told, you will not get hurt.
He's taken away in an unmarked police car and brought to a transfer station.
Spread your legs out.
Where he's searched, put in another car, and transported to jail. Meanwhile, back at our house, another man thinks he has his own solution to being exposed on national television. Remember the 21-year-old who duped his sister into driving him to meet a girl who said she was 14?
And we're doing a story on adults who try to meet kids on the internet.
Hey man, I don't want to be on the news. You feel me?
We are filming.
I don't want to be on the news, dog.
Well, it's a little late for that, dog. Now, if there's anything else you want to tell me.
He quickly comes up with a...
Oh, I call you Chris Hansen.
As far as interviews go,
now I likes you,
may be
and I wants
television
you.
First.
All I gotta say is, ain't nothing going on here, dude.
Nothing
funny going on.
Nothing funny.
Nothing funny going on.
Nothing funny.
14 and I got, but
she told you she was 14.
Yo,
play chat room, dude.
he said nothing funny going on with that shirt over his head like
You're not
that.
being held up. You're free to walk out that same door you walked in.
Do y'all want an interview? Hey, how y'all doing? Okay. How y'all?
He said he'd be ready. He back. He back.
NBC. And you're.
Do you want to interview?
All right,
Dateline NBC.
Let me explain something.
Explain something. Break it down. Break it down.
I don't know what kind of rap y'all got on people, but maybe y'all can get the whole story because this girl is in a role-playing chat room. Whose house is this? Can I smoke this shit
No,
right
you
now?
can't smoke this.
I didn't think so.
You can smoke outside.
All right, dude. Whatever.
He decides to go out the front door.
Run into the car. Move.
But that doesn't stop detectives from catching him and placing him under arrest. And when he shows up at the transfer station, police search him, and he keeps talking.
Y'all thought y'all was gonna get some green. Hey, NBC, 2 words, role-playing chat room, dude, because...
2 words, role-playing chat room.
He checked with Perverted Justice.
2 words.
Told he met the decoy in a Florida romance room, not a role-playing chat room.
What's that for your pedophile thing?
Yeah.
And the transcripts of his
that's
online
that's
chat
exactly what it's
calls
got.
were enough for police to charge him.
Let's go to the pedophile file.
Because when I get found not guilty, I'm sue somebody.
Oh yeah, don't you love when they throw, like when motherfuckers are caught red-handed, camera, cookie in your mouth, and you want to say I'm gonna sue. That's really, I'm suing.
Good look.
Motherfucker.
He goes on talking.
I'm not guilty, man. Do I look like I need 14-year-old girls?
Yes. You got a 42 size waist with like
he's brought to the jail.
A 28 size real life waist and a XXX Echo shirt. Unlimited. This is probably filmed in like 98.
At least one thing he said earlier that turned out to be true.
I happen to know law enforcement.
He has quite a long rap sheet. In 2002, he led police on a high-speed chase in a stolen car. He was also convicted of grand theft and trying to sell the stolen goods. And twice, he was convicted of battery. Back at the transfer station, police are searching suspects' vehicles.
I think it's the Coffin 1012.
This car belongs to the 31-year-old man in the black hat. He was planning on meeting a girl who said she was 14.
We had some condoms that were in there. The address of the
put in my shirt pocket.
The location was on there on a piece of paper, so we took all that as evidence.
This car belongs to the man who ran after spotting our crew. He showed up to meet a girl who said she was 13.
Located
notebook with some address to the target house, cell phone, 2 condoms, Kodak Funsaver camera, and 3 adult magazines.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Carrying around porn in the car, like you gotta be beating up in the car and
who
shit.
told him she was 12.
What about some boogie boards?
Like an over-the-counter Viagra type thing.
What kind of effort did it take for the police to handle an operation this big? Chief Hilton Daniels is the man in charge.
We had 50-something police officers. We had officers from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and we had attorneys from the state attorney's office directing the takedowns.
And it was the interrogations, according to Chief Daniels, that proved to be their best evidence.
They
keep your mouth shut.
What was read to them off the chat logs.
Hello.
Remember this man, Michael Willis, screen name generic white male?
I forgot my
He's
belt.
the 49-year-old who came to meet a girl who said she's 15. He was the one who threw the cookie.
You know what? I don't want your stinking cookie.
Stinking cookie anyway.
Away from
My
Dayline's
numb bushes.
interview, he couldn't walk away from Detective Jennifer Ladelfa.
Confessed to everything that he had
Hey, what's up,
solicited
Jennifer?
her
How
over
you
the
doing,
internet,
girl? What's
stated
up?
that he knew that she was
What you doing?
underage.
What you doing later,
He came
Jennifer?
down here
By the way, what's your chat online name?
What's your name, Jennifer?
make his fantasy
I got a new
come to
one.
fruition.
While for
Muscle
some men,
shirts
it might
with
take
no
getting
muscles.
arrested and then being interrogated before confessing, back at the house, you're about to meet 2 men who admit doing things you won't believe.
I had nude pictures of her on my computer.
Coming up, it's
Okay.
not the first time our next
Ooh,
suspects say they've targeted underage teens.
How often do you meet underage girls online?
Probably 10, 15.
10, 15. Underage girls you've met online.
To Catch a Predator continues.
So he's really good at what he does.
Hey, man. Something to be said for that. He's living his best life. His best life.
He's pulling in the driveway. Go out, throw a little wave at him.
This is 27-year-old Eric Thornton, screen name Balin79. He drove 4 hours thinking he was going to meet a girl who told him online she was 14.
I mean, he's
At
committed.
one
They're
point,
not saying
he
from where,
gets on his webcam
ever.
and masturbates.
I mean,
And
Fort
types,
Myers would
"Did
have
you
to
see
be
it?"
from Florida,
The
anywhere you're
decoy
coming
says
from.
not
Because
4 hours
after
would have to be
dark,
north,
and he types
obviously.
back, "Shoot,"
but it has to
and
be
then
from
brags
Florida.
about
Yeah, yeah,
what he had
anywhere
just
from Florida.
Yeah,
done.
you're going to be out of Florida.
Now he's in our house.
Hey, come on in.
I got these cookies on the table.
I made some chocolate chip cookies and I left them on the
If
table.
I came
Just take
for
a seat.
4
I'll be
hours,
right
I'd
there.
have to hit the bathroom right then. Be like, all right, well, I'm just pissed, though.
You like them? I made them all by myself. I can't wait to see you.
Actually, Jim Henson made him.
Online, he said he'd bring alcohol and condoms. So
Chris
the actress
Hansen.
asks him
Jim
about
Henson's the guy from the
What kind of
Muppets.
alcohol did you bring?
I brought Absolute Citron. I brought Mandarin Orange. I brought a shot of Jägermeister.
A shot.
One shot.
Bush.
I have 1 shot left.
It's got the roofies in it.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I don't know. I could get some more if I need to.
Yeah, because I'm over 21.
Did you bring condoms?
Sure did.
Well, with all that, it sounds like you've got a pretty big night planned.
Yo,
different kinds of
I wonder if he's just like going over
Brought
in his
some
head
beer.
on the other side of the door. He's like,
What am
all
I gonna
all
say
that
to break
was
this
a
guy
night
down?
plan. All that was a pretty night plan. All it was a pretty big night plan. All right. Well, it looks like you got a pretty big night plan. Oh shit.
That's it. Condom. So what was your plan here tonight?
Have
Knew what
sex.
his plan was.
To hang out.
To hang out, literally.
You thought it was
Just
okay.
take my
We're
dick
going to
out.
take 1 shot of Jaeger.
I was gonna have her take 1 shot of Jaeger, and after she passed out.
No.
Then why did you
Oh goodness. Because I'm a creepy piece of shit.
Just thought it was like a good idea.
It was a good idea.
A good idea. Turns out he says this isn't the
It's like the
first time
Superman
he's
girl.
gone after underage teens.
How often do you meet underage girls online and set up a visit?
Not that much.
Ballpark it.
Liar.
Probably
Always.
10, 15.
10, 15.
He's
Have
like,
you
that's
met them
nothing.
in person?
A month.
And what did you do when you met them in person?
Well, actually, I didn't really meet him.
He keeps changing his story. Finally, he admits he has a problem when it comes to chatting with underage girls online.
I've went to counseling many times.
So based upon the fact that you're
I love young bitches. That's my fucking problem.
He does have a fucking problem. Is a fucking issue.
It's
That's
possible
my fucking
that the
issue.
counseling isn't working because he says he stopped going about 5 months ago.
Did you plan on spending the night?
Yes, I wanted to spend the night, but I didn't want to do anything too graphic until I actually met that person.
I wasn't trying to be too graphic. What's graphic for you?
But he's not going to get off that easy. It's time to tell him who I am.
All right, let me tell you this.
From Dateline NBC.
You're fucked.
He doesn't run.
Let me tell you this real quick, before you finish this disgusting story you're about to tell me. You're fucked.
Advice.
Just whatever you do,
do
not
not
get into underage people.
Oh no, he's about to cry. He's gonna cry in a jail. He's gonna cry in a jail cell.
But that heartfelt speech.
Yeah, that guy.
I'll see you guys later.
That guy for sure is getting shanked when he gets his
Yeah,
shit
man.
right.
That's the thing too, man. They might need to be blurred, because people gonna fuck them up.
His car is searched.
Oh, there was a shot of Jaeger.
Found in his pocket.
At least we know he wasn't lying.
Off to jail. Most of the men who came to our undercover house
Got shanked later on in jail.
Decoys for a week or more.
Red pickup's coming back.
But not this potential predator. He's 48-year-old Donald Morrison, screen name Donnie 1957, male.
87.
He started the online chat with a girl posing as a 15-year-old at 8 p.m. this very same night. Wasting no time, he types, "I want to meet you and fool around. Are you up to meeting tonight, hon?" Then he makes a plan to come to her house around 11 p.m.
He's walking up. The guy's in the driveway for those.
It's now 11:30, and look who's walking up the driveway.
Everybody's opening the door.
Hello.
Oh, he's sweating.
Hey, come on in.
We got a big house.
Oh god.
Try one of my cookies. They're so good.
Do you mind if I
do? Mine too.
When I make them for Christmas, I make about 10 dozen of them.
Oh god.
Whoa. Why so many?
Because we usually got family in.
Good.
We had like 14 of us here this year.
Oh god.
Cow.
Can I get you a glass of milk to go along with those cookies?
Sure.
No, man.
I don't know.
He looked at him like, hey, if I can't get the girl, can I get you?
Just like our other
I call you Chris Handsome.
He has a problem when it comes to underage girls.
I have a compulsion just for younger women.
That's what he has.
Just meeting them. I haven't.
Compulsive
I've met about a dozen of
descendants.
them online.
And so this is something you do frequently?
No, I haven't done it in.
Couple days.
Well, see, I haven't done it since I moved here to Florida.
And where did you live
Yeah,
before?
right.
Texas.
Why you moved
And
to
so
Florida?
you did this a lot in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get in trouble for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got
That's why I moved to Florida.
A girl in Michigan.
And how old was that girl?
Damn, he did
And what
drive.
trouble did you get in
17.
there?
Told you.
Well, my
Texas the
grandfather
bishop.
tried to charge me with something. They couldn't do anything. So they arrested me for possessing child pornography because I had nude pictures of her.
I just had some child porn, bro.
The charges.
Had nude
And
pictures
how did
of
you
her
get the
on
naked
computer.
pictures of the teenage girl?
I met her in Michigan.
Like, and
And
what
I
the
took
fuck
them.
is
You
that?
took
Like,
pictures
you
of the
meet-
girl, and then you put them on.
That's
your
what I'm saying. Like, you met him, you met that right there, and took pictures with him. Like, what? The shit I had to do to get laid as an individual, as a kid,
That's what I'm saying, bro. Predators
and this
are predator.
motherfucker show up.
Predators are predator.
Like, hey, let me
That's
take
how I
pictures
felt
of you.
every time I see Hugh Hef with all those little like blonde girls.
Well, that was obvious. He had a bunch of money, but this guy doesn't have a bunch of money.
What does matter?
No, it matters to them girls,
Not if he got the pedo Mac.
right?
It's all about the words.
Something. He
It's
said
all
something.
about the words. He said I got a complicated. This is the
After
first.
the eagle asks the decoy online if she's looking for sex,
Compulsive.
brings up the possibility that she might be a cop.
What made you think that this might be a police operation?
Because I'm kind of into police officers
I
too.
know.
I'm
Police
into
officer.
everything.
I want to try it all.
Like I said, this is the first time I've done this.
I got pictures
So
of
you've seen all the
everything.
Dayline stories.
Can you make me some cookies?
And what did you think of those stories?
I thought some of them were pretty bad. I mean, I saw the one
Pretty.
where they
I
were
mean,
coming
pretty
over
bad.
for sex with boys and stuff like that.
Oh, it's terrible.
That's where I draw the line.
I don't be sex
You
with
know,
boys.
I'm not really
I'm not
into
gay.
it, you
I'm
know.
just a
He said
pedophile.
not
Yeah,
really
this might
into
be-
it.
This is probably considered that. And I know this is probably going to be on Dateline too, so go ahead and put it on.
Oh, he gave
You know,
permission.
Yeah.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dayline
Right, I
NBC.
understand. I recognize it from the voice.
And everything you've just
said
said
from
and
the
done
voice.
has all
How
been
creepy is that?
recorded.
Okay.
Hello.
And if you have anything else you'd like to tell us, we'd like to hear it.
Just saying that
those cookies
I
suck.
shouldn't have done it. I mean, this is something I normally
I feel bad because I got caught.
don't go out and do.
Man.
I want you to be honest.
He's something he doesn't normally go out to do, but he had to leave the state of Texas because he was doing it.
Who was alone and willing to have sex, what do you think would have happened?
Probably would have happened.
My guy, respect the honesty. I have to say.
I mean, I could say honestly, yes, it probably would have if she would have, said, "Hey, let's go for it."
And you don't see anything wrong with that.
Yes, I do see things wrong with it, but I had lack of judgment.
And here's a first. Before he leaves, he actually thanks me.
Thank you for bringing, kicking me in the pants and setting me straight, Chris.
Got me. Thanks, Chris Hansen.
He leaves through the back door.
I'm out of here.
The police are waiting.
Okay, take me in. Whoa, they tackled him, bro.
He's taken to the transfer
My glasses.
Box of condoms.
He got the slim fit.
To the jail, to diabetic
Make mine
shock.
extra dry.
He's taken in handcuffs to the hospital where he's treated and then brought back to jail. The next day, he appears before
What did he
a
get taken
judge.
to the hospital for?
Donald Morrison,
Yes.
you're charged with
Man, now he can't see either.
Can I get my glasses back? Your
Nah, those
Honor?
things got trashed. My bad.
When we return,
You know what I'm telling somebody stepped on his glasses?
So far, watching these suspects.
Outraged. I was a little entertained. If they would have actually went through with it, I would have been outraged. But I guess because it was entertainment, it was more like entertaining. So when all these motherfuckers get out of jail, they need a place to hang out. They need a place to live. They need a place to congregate.
I don't like hang out. when
A
we're talking
neighbor's
about
hood.
pedophiles.
A neighbor's hood.
They can live. There's plenty. They can live anywhere. Not anywhere, but
This story was so popular that we had to hear from Australia's 60 Minutes.
Australia's 60 Minutes to the
Yeah,
trailer park in Florida.
Yeah, where most of our fan base is.
That's true.
Outside of the United
States. Shout out to the international fans of Fresh
There
Produce.
may be no
Just wanted to
uglier
know
word in the English
what's going on out
language
here.
than pedophile. It conjures up thoughts we never want to have, of monsters preying on innocent children. As reviled as they are, though, pedophiles lurk in greater numbers than most of us know, and ignoring they exist won't cut it anymore. In America, I've just visited one of the most confronting places I've ever been, a trailer park that's entirely inhabited by pedophiles and other sex offenders who've served their prison sentences and have nowhere else to live.
Pedo Garden.
This village of the damned is set up for our protection and theirs, but it's also testing a new controversial theory. And the results might surprise you.
Pedos by the lake. I want to know the name of this
Petersburg,
neighborhood.
on Florida's
St.
west coast,
Petersburg.
is a postcard-perfect playground, except for one thing. Not far from these beaches, hiding in plain sight, is a trailer park full of registered sex offenders.
From the beach?
The 120 residents here are convicted rapists, child sex abusers, and addicts of child pornography. So, every one of the people here are the neighbours that no one else really wants to have.
Absolutely. The not in my backyard people.
The village of the damned.
I refer to us as the societal lepers of the 21st century.
Showing me around this godforsaken underworld is Bill Fury.
Bill
a convicted
man. I'm already like, fuck this shit, bro. With the fucking sad music and all that, like the sympathy. I know. I'm saying you can be sympathetic, but don't like try to tug on some heartstrings. They're fictitious.
Maybe they care about pedos in Australia.
No, I'm just saying, like, just chill out with trying to make me like feel bad for them. I understand that it's not their fault, and that should be enough. Anyway, go ahead.
The child molester. He's lived here for a decade and is surprisingly open about what makes someone like him commit the most deplorable acts against children.
It's all white dudes.
I did what I did.
Except for that guy.
I know why I did it. I know how I did it. I know how I went about it. It was a setup, a predatorial action. I was a predator. I did that.
But as sickening as this place is, it could hold the key to answering one of the biggest questions of our time.
Is it the biggest question
How do
of
we
our
stop
time?
pedophiles from offending in the first place?
Will come out here with me, teddy bear?
Nope.
Pervert
Okay,
Park
fine. Yo, even
houses
your
one of the
cat
largest
hates you.
concentrations
Pervert
of sex
Park.
offenders in the
Heaven
United
Park.
States.
That's a better one. Why did I come up with that
This
one?
is no trespassing.
You did view it.
Really
And
want
I did view it.
trespass on their lawn. It's like, I'm trying to stay away from you. Anybody trying to come over there and like hang out, trespassing. Shit's funny.
Yeah.
Mind you, all these guys got the chicken cutlet look.
It was set up 10 years ago as a solution to Florida's strict probation laws, which forbid convicted pedophiles from living within 300 meters of...
Fuck?
Where's their little kid?
It was set up 10 years ago as a solution to Florida's strict probation laws,
This guy's like, I don't want to be
which
on camera.
forbid convicted
That's a little kid right there.
Oh no, that's a woman.
Nah.
pedophiles.
That's a woman. It's a woman, bro.
It's a boy.
Look at the tit. It's a woman.
It's a 10-year-old boy with titties.
It's not.
Living within 300
It's an ugly
meters of
woman,
kids.
You know? It's the way it is sometimes.
Over the
Everybody-
years, it's become a safe haven for society's most hated human beings.
Yeah, man. It's like I got impulse control.
There's not
problems.
really any way to sugarcoat this place.
Don't do it.
It's frankly not a great spot to live.
Yeah.
The conditions here are very cramped. Everyone has a dark, sinister history, and the atmosphere is, well, it's unpleasant. That said, Florida police say it works.
Yeah.
Now, you'd think having
My
such
man's
a
got- my
concentration
man's
of
on
sex
house
offenders
arrest
in
right
one
now.
place would be a recipe for disaster. But law officers claim for them it centralises the potential problems. It also helps them to track down offenders after they leave prison. And for the residents here, it creates a kind of self-regulation.
Palace Mobile Park.
Sex offenders know sex offenders better than anybody because we are each other.
So you'll call each other out.
Absolutely.
What's that like, being labelled a sex predator?
I don't know, it's kind of surreal.
Surreal.
You know, it's just.
You never thought of yourself as one of those?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I mean, but if you think about it, what does a predator do? It cuts the weak and the young out of the pack and it preys. Okay, that's what I did.
So it fits?
I think it does. I absolutely think it does.
Okay. So you don't agree?
You'd be
You think it does?
hard-pressed finding a more candid or repentant child molester than Bill Fury.
What I did was wrong.
So you've owned that?
Oh, absolutely. I inflicted harm on other human beings that I have no right to inflict.
Can you describe to me, what did you do?
Well, I have this girlfriend with a 12-year-old daughter, and I was at her house one night while she was working. Bottom line is I offended sexually against somebody defenseless, somebody young, somebody that didn't deserve it.
And she was 12 or 13?
12 or 13. Obviously too young to be exposed to what I exposed her to.
My penis.
Bill spent almost 20 years behind bars and underwent intense therapy. But he tells me he doesn't think he's been cured.
Yeah, I don't think you can cure that shit.
The 56-year-old says the forbidden desires he acted on all those years ago are still present.
I don't think it'll ever go away. You know, you just learn how to manage it, how to control it, how to not feed it.
So that feeling is still there with you?
The desire, absolutely. Absolutely.
Research varies, but even on the lowest estimates, there are millions of pedophiles worldwide. They walk among us every
Yo,
day.
that motherfucker is tall. He should have played like Australian basketball.
James, how many pedophiles do you think you've seen over the years?
Well, when I look up to you,
I'd be surprised.
that's how I feel when I walk around with you, bro.
Dr.
Yeah,
James
man. I
Cantor
feel
is a
like at the party last
neuroscientist
night, I
specializing in atypical sexualities. When it comes to pedophilia,
he's reached important but uncomfortable conclusions, including why pedophiles are attracted to children in the first place.
All the evidence suggests that pedophilia begins in the womb. A person does not pick it, and despite every kind of treatment that has been attempted over a century, nothing has been shown to be able to change these people from pedophiles into non-pedophiles.
By exploring the brains of convicted pedophiles using MRI scans, Dr. Cantor discovered a dramatic cross-wiring in the connective tissue. His controversial research found that pedophiles are victims of nature.
It's not that these areas of the brain are different in the pedophiles, it's that the network that they're supposed to form isn't connected properly. So it's accidentally identifying things in the environment that should evoke a parental nurturant instinct, but instead it's provoking a sexual and erotic instinct.
From all the science, from all your science, did it answer the question, are pedophiles born or made?
Interestingly, the science in general says that pedophiles appear to be born, not made.
Because that's a big call, isn't it?
It is a big call.
Because some people will see that as almost making an excuse for pedophilia.
Many people will make many different interpretations, but the place to start any kind of policy is this is biological and it's not going to change.
This guy's probably a pedo, so.
Dr. Cantor
I think both
argues
could happen,
that
though. I think you could also be like made into.
Yeah, if you were like
traumatized
early
as a
kid, I think
kind of do the same thing.
Same thing when we were talking about like the whole serial killer shit.
But I think if all else is even, then I bet that's true too. That you come out like that. Your brain just is broken.
Damn, we're beautiful and fucked up piece of species.
That's a beautiful piece of
shit species.
This is a beautiful
means,
poetry.
rather than condemn people born with something they can't control, we need to start helping them before they offend.
So let us all punch on them for a while.
And incredibly, he says many pedophiles actually don't want to act on their urges.
Really?
Pedophilia is not a synonym for child molestation, which is how most people think. Pedophilia is the genuine, underlying, unchanging sexual interest in children.
But isn't that the same thing?
No, child molestation is the actual behavior that harms a child.
But you're splitting straws there a little bit, aren't you?
No, not at all.
You're saying that the definition of pedophilia is the attraction, but it doesn't mean they're going to do it.
Exactly. A pedophile, there exists a group, for example, called the virtuous pedophiles. These people recognize that they're sexually interested in children, have never touched one, and they essentially swear themselves to a life of celibacy.
How is it possible for them to suppress that sexual urge for their entire lifetime?
I can't imagine that kind of a curse. And we as a society, the only thing we can do, the thing that would most protect our children, is to help them do that.
I can't imagine that type of curse.
I've got a sexual attraction to children. But this man says he's not a danger.
We do know the difference between right and wrong.
So can he be trusted? Have you ever been tempted?
I've been tempted, yes.
That's next on 60 Minutes.
It's not going to be a babysitter. Not babysitting my kids.
This is a hard one.
What do you mean?
Because one side of me wants to be all accepting and understanding and inclusive. Then the other side just wants to go cut dicks off.
You just want to hurt everybody that has the disease?
Not hurt. Let me just guarantee you ain't going to use that for nothing.
Well, it's going to hurt. Trust me.
Well,
Start cutting some people's dicks off.
It's going to hurt regardless. Life hurts, but let's prevent
Not like you getting your dick cut
from
off,
using that
That
pee-pee.
hurts a lot.
Let's not use that pee-pee in the wrong way.
It was not at all, in any way.
Yeah.
Anymore. Because you just came through and cut the dick off.
They did it to Michael Jackson
Made
so
him
he
bob
could
it.
sing better.
That's not true.
They said they kind of castrated him so he could. They do that to
not true.
to alto.
That's not true.
Singing, yeah, and in Italy, if you were raised in the opera house to be like a professional singer, they castrate you because
I don't believe that.
Once you reach a certain hormone level,
maybe way back when, but I don't believe that.
They did that to Michael Jackson.
No, it didn't.
They chemically castrated him. He was a real life Ken doll.
That didn't happen. That did not happen.
Ken doll.
Anyway, I think the guy said it perfectly. Pedophilia is one thing and child molestation is another.
Yeah.
So I that's what I was saying at the beginning. Like, it's a brain thing. They're broken. It's not their fault. But once they start doing shit, fuck them up, 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 fuck them up.
Castration.
Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's the thing we should think about. I know they were Louisiana, maybe. I believe
they were doing that.
Possibly in the Louisiana area. They at least had a bill that said, okay, we need to start thinking about this. Yeah. But I don't know, man. Motherfuckers get busted all the time. But I don't know if the deterrent's big enough.
This is what we should do. We should have like this big arena, all right? And then we put all the people that have been sent to jail for like crack, for like life, just for drugs, right? Nothing violence or nothing. They're just in jail because of drugs or something that we agree that's like, damn, they're in jail for way too long. So we're gonna give you a chance. We're gonna let all these convicted pedophiles in here,
child molesters,
people that play with child's peepees. If you're in here or molesting little girls, we're gonna let you loose. For every one that you kill, we'll knock off 10 years. Go.
Do you give the weapons to the child molesters too?
Yeah, we can throw all that stuff in there. No. You just gotta go. You're gonna.
Why do we do all that though?
Because we want to shave off some time and prove that these people have been, served their debt to society, and we gotta get rid of the pedos anyway.
I think a better way, if we're in this fictitious world where we're giving out second chances to people, we can give them both second chances, right?
Nah.
We can have them be the roommates of the people for like X amount of, like a probation of type. So your roommate is this pedophile, and you got to fucking keep him in order, keep tabs on him, and make sure that if he's at, hey, where was you hanging around? Hey, where was you at today? Oh, you was always at Dartmouth Park. You supposed to be at Dartmouth Park, motherfucker, huh? And then that's you live with this motherfucker and like terrorize his ass, and maybe it'll help.
Yeah, that'd be a good movie.
Yeah, man.
That would be a really good movie.
It would be. It's like listen, you got to do 6 months in this house, but you got to live with this guy who's convicted, and we're both we call it second chance. And at the end, they love each other.
That's the name of the movie.
Second chance. Yeah. We just made that up. We got to write that shit.
Man, that's a good one. Steal our ideas and we'll cut you. Well, it's Fresh Produce Florida Media at Gmail. If you've ever molested a child or done anything crazy, do not email me.
It's a good call.
Yeah.
It's a good call.
My name is Phraydoe Peans.
Christopher.
And if we've ever offended you with any of this content, I would like to apologize by saying fuck you.
That's not an apology. That's not how you apologize. That's the opposite of apology. He means to say, if he's ever offended you or wherever it offended you, fuck you. Not apologizing. That's what he meant to say.
I'm sorry.
Okay.